Carol, there's just one matter that those representing you have suggested I ask you about, and that's Alf Morris, Lord Morris's contaminated blood bill.
Yes.
What was that and what happened to it?
He was trying to put the recommendations of the Archer inquiry into law, really, so that they could be, carried through. And sadly, again, he was blocked again in Parliament. And also, he didn't particularly get the support. And I do feel quite angry with the APPG on that, because I thought they could have done a lot more. And I feel that the APPG, which was originally for haemophilia, was hijacked after, after he died, and that wasn't carried on. And that was a shame.
So the bill didn't, in any event, come to fruition?
It didn't, yeah. And it would have been, really good, because the recommendations were sound from Archer. We were happy with the recommendations. We were happy in the context that it was a limited inquiry, but, he did listen to us, and he actually echoed my recommendations with regard to Ireland. But, and Alf, in his last months of life, worked so hard on that bill, and he should have had more support, should have gone through.
Those are the questions, that's the further matter I've been asked. Sir, do you have any questions for Carol?
No, I don't.
Carol, is there anything further you'd like to add?
I think most of what I wanted to say I think I've already said, but I just want to pay tribute to our haemophiliacs. And I want to say that our superheroes don't wear capes. They walk with crutches. They negotiate the tube in built-up shoes. They lock their wheelchairs to railings to protest. And they go on treatment strikes. And I want to thank the blood donors who, that give their blood and encourage people to be blood donors, because I still believe in, the blood donor system with volunteer donors, and I would like to see that all across the world. And again, I pay tribute to Afghanistan, because they've managed to get a volunteer blood donor system. I worked really hard to get that. I want to pay tribute to my mum, because she spotted the Douglas Star book and sent it to me, which inspired me. To thank Colette. And I want to thank my lawyers, because a lot of the past lawyers, they were quite unethical in their behaviour at times, and our current lawyers have restored my faith, and I want to thank everybody at the inquiry, and to thank Sir Brian and yourself and everybody that's worked so hard, to get the evidence together. I think that's about it. And just to reiterate that, partners are not appendages, that we are, separate in our own right. And I would like to call for the interim payment that has been suggested to be made for everyone, because infected and affected, a lot of people are now that older generation. And we've waited and waited, and this should now go to everybody. There should not be any more divisions. It's about time there was something cohesive that brought us together, and I want everybody to get that interim payment. I think after everything that's happened, that they deserve it.
Thank you, Carol, and that's an issue we'll undoubtedly be exploring when Sir Robert gives evidence at the beginning of next week.
Thanks.
Sir Brian.
Well, I won't take long, because I'm sure you must be quite tired, particularly with the sleep you get. And it's been, for you, it would have been quite a long and emotional day.
Yes.
But I would like to say just this, that I'd read your dissertation more than once in many parts, and having read it, first of all, fully understood why it won a prize, but more importantly, perhaps I was looking forward with interest to hear what you had to say, and you certainly haven't disappointed.
I'm glad, thank you.
And I'd also like to thank you for the wealth of documents which you have made available to the inquiry is really appreciated. It's, I think, what being a participant, a core participant, is partly about.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Carol, you've done what you might have waited for. We're just going to hear what's going to happen next week.
Don't worry. No, don't worry.
No, you don't have to go back.
You can go back and sit with Colette.
No, not at all. Sit, please sit.
Next week, we have the evidence of Sir Robert Francis on Monday and Tuesday, so obviously exploring the issue of compensation, some of the themes and issues that Carol has talked about today. We then hear from Rowena Geacock, Alan Milburn and Andy Burnham in the course of the week.
Yes, it's going to be an interesting week.
Yes.
Monday, 10 o'clock.